hums in the background. The narrator speaks in a deep, steady tone, calm yet filled with emotion. Narrator, deep cinematic G voice. The year is 2026. A year when technology has reached the skies. Machines think faster than minds. Cars drive without hands, and cities never sleep. But somewhere, far from the noise of progress, in a quiet corner of the world, there is a story not written by code or silicon, but by the beating of a human heart. Inside a small room, where the light seeps gently through half-open curtains, a little boy sits silently on a wheelchair. The morning sun touches his face, revealing eyes that carry more dreams than most men dare to hold. His name is Ali. He is 8 years old. Fragile, curious, brave. He has spent most of his life watching others run, while his own legs forgot what walking felt like. Doctors once said, he will never walk again. And for years, those words became the bars of his invisible cage. But there is something about this morning. Something different. The air feels alive, as if hope itself has entered the room. A gentle knock on the door. The door opens slowly, and a woman steps inside. A white scarf rests on her shoulders. Her smile calm but radiant. The kind of smile that says, I believe, even when the world doesn't. This is Alia, a nurse, a mentor, a warrior of compassion. To the world, she is just a caregiver. But to Ali, she is light. She kneels down in front of him, eyes level with his, and in a voice soft enough to heal a heart, she says, Ali, today, we try again. The boy lowers his gaze. His tiny hands grip the arms of the wheelchair. Fear dances across his face. I'll fall, he whispers. Alia smiles, her voice, steady, kind, unshaken. If you fall, I'll catch you. Falling isn't failure, my dear. Stopping is. The words hang in the air. Time slows down. Even the walls seem to listen. Alia extends her hands. Ali hesitates. Then, slowly, he takes them. A deep breath. The background music builds, slow strings, rising gently. The world outside continues as usual. Cars pass, people laugh. But inside this little room, a miracle prepares to unfold. Alia's voice is calm. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. She lifts him carefully. His body trembles. His legs, weak and uncertain, search for strength that memory has long forgotten. For a moment, nothing happens. Then, with every ounce of courage he owns, Ali tries to stand. His knees shake. His breath quickens. He looks terrified. Alia whispers again, don't look down. Look at me. You're not alone. He lifts his eyes. In her gaze, there is no pity, only belief. Pure, unwavering belief. The boy's lips tremble. He takes a breath, and then, his feet move. Just an inch, a small shift of weight. But that tiny movement feels like the turning of the earth. Alia gasps softly, her eyes wide, her heart racing. Good, Ali, good. Just a little more. He takes another tiny step. Then another. The wheelchair behind him now feels distant, like a shadow of yesterday. And in that moment, time stops. The sound of his small echoes like thunder in her soul. Alia's eyes fill with tears. Not of sadness, but of witnessing a miracle with her own heart. Ali stumbles. She moves closer, ready to hold him. But he raises a small hand. No, I can do it. Alia freezes, proud. The child takes one more trembling step. Then another, and another. He is walking, slowly, unsteadily. But he is walking. Music swells, orchestral strings, full and warm. Outside the room, 2 nurses peek through the window. One gasps, the other covers her mouth. A soft cry escapes her lips. Oh my God, he's walking. Alia can hear their whispers. But her eyes remain locked on him. Every breath he takes feels like a prayer answered. The boy's face is glowing. A mixture of pain, joy, and disbelief. He looks at her, smiling through tears. See, I can do it. Alia's voice trembles, but her words carry a lifetime of emotion. Yes, my child, you can. He takes another step, this time stronger, surer. The sunlight catches his face. And for a moment, he looks like he's glowing from within. The wheelchair stands silently behind them, empty, forgotten, a symbol of what used to be. The background sound fades into gentle applause, distant voices, people gathering. People start to come near, doctors, nurses, even janitors. No one says a word. They just watch. Some cover their mouths in awe. Others bow their heads and whisper a silent, thank you. Ali walks, one small step at a time, but every step is a roar of victory. When he reaches Alia, He suddenly stops. His little hands tremble. And then, he runs. A few shaky steps, right into her arms. She catches him, holds him tight. Her tears fall freely now, landing softly on his hair. For a long moment, they just stay there. Two souls wrapped in light. Two hearts beating as one. Music fades into soft piano again. Narrator deep, emotional tone. Sometimes, miracles don't shout. They whisper. They arrive quietly, in moments when the world isn't watching. And they change everything. Ali wasn't just walking that day. He was proving something far greater. That faith can rebuild what fear once destroyed. Alia closes her eyes. Her lips move silently. A prayer, a thank you. The child in her arms smiles. The kind of smile that only innocence knows. Pure and eternal. Outside, the morning sun fills the hallway. People clap softly, not because of what they saw, but because of what they felt. Hope. Real, living hope. As the light fades, the wheelchair stands alone in the corner. A reminder that sometimes, the things that hold us back, become the very reason we rise. The music rises, cinematic swell, full orchestra. Narrator, final line of part 1. And so began the story of 2026. A story not about technology, not about machines or miracles built by hands, but one crafted by the human spirit. The spirit that refuses to give up. Music fades into silence. Low, resonant voice, slow pacing, cinematic echo. In the days that followed, the city began to change. The woman and the child were no longer strangers in the crowd. They became a symbol, a living echo of courage that refused to fade. Every step the boy took became a ripple across time, a whisper carried by the wind, reaching hearts that had long forgotten what hope felt like. Across the screens of the world, news anchors spoke softly. Greater than, a miracle in motion, a child once bound by wheels, now walking into tomorrow. But behind the miracle was a truth the world never saw. Nights of sleepless struggle, tears hidden behind gentle smiles. The woman's trembling hands holding faith tighter than anything she had ever known. Music rises, orchestral strings. 2026 was no ordinary year. It was the year the world began to rediscover humanity. Technology had grown faster than empathy, until this one moment reminded everyone that progress means nothing without heart. The boy's steps weren't perfect. Each move was a battle, each breath a declaration. Yet every time he stumbled, the woman was there, not to carry him, but to remind him he could rise. Greater than, you are not broken, she whispered. You are becoming. Her words were simple, but they carried the weight of centuries. Around them, cameras flashed, journalists asked questions, scientists gave theories. But none could explain what truly moved him. It wasn't science. It wasn't miracle. It was love, unmeasurable, unstoppable, undeniable love. Soft background hum, voice lowers. One evening, as the sun fell behind the skyline, the boy asked, Greater than, why did you never give up on me? She smiled, eyes glistening with light. Greater than, because giving up would mean teaching you how to stop believing. And I couldn't do that. For the first time, the boy didn't answer. He just stood there, tall, trembling, and took 3 steps forward without her hand. A tear rolled down her cheek. Not of sadness, not of pride, but of awe. Because in that moment, she realized. The miracle wasn't that he walked. It was that he believed he could. Music swells, percussion enters. Crowds gathered the next morning. They called it, the Walk of Light. People from distant cities arrived, parents, children, doctors, even dreamers, all to see the boy who had defied his destiny. But for the woman, it wasn't a show. It was a prayer being answered in slow motion. As the boy stood before the crowd, his wheelchair stood behind him, empty, shining under the morning sun like a relic from another lifetime. He looked back once, then forward forever. And when he began to walk, the world fell silent. Every heartbeat in that square matched his rhythm. Every breath carried his name. Greater than, one step, he whispered. For her, for everyone. Sound fades into echo, narrator continues softly. And that day, 2026 wasn't just another year. It became a promise, that no matter how dark the world may grow, someone, somewhere, will always choose to lift another.